What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to discuss The Last of Us HBO series season 1 episode 2. I did episode 1 actually, as recording this video, I did episode 1 yesterday, and I actually just finished up episode 2 of The Last of Us TV show. And I wanted to give my thoughts on it. I want to do like this series where I go through every episode and give my general thoughts on it. I'm not going to break down the entire episode. I'm not going to have like frame by frame. Oh, you look at all the Easter eggs, things like that. I just want to give you my full on opinion of the show so far, and just really from episode to episode. If you haven't seen my Last of Us episode 1 review, I'll put that at the top of this video here, and you can go check that one out. If you want to check that out before this one, that's fine. I just uploaded. It doesn't have a whole lot of views right now, so I'm trying to get that video circulated a bit. So definitely show that video some love. I just kind of go over a few things that I noticed, and yeah, that's a lot of it. So anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for coming to the video. If you wouldn't mind liking and subbing to the channel, we really appreciate it. As always, I don't think that goes without saying. And yeah, let's talk about The Last of Us season 1 episode 2. So initial thoughts. I liked this episode. Actually, I liked it a lot. There was a lot of things that worked for me. So I will say before I started recording this video, I did watch one review on it, and it's by a channel that I've been watching for years. And it's this guy that goes by the name of Solid Rev. And this guy, he's a pretty big channel. I think he has like 100,000 subs. But he doesn't take YouTube like super seriously. He does like a bunch of videos of him just sitting in the chair, just talking about stuff. Awesome channel. I'm not dissing in any kind of way. And I watched him do a review with his son, and he's a huge Last of Us guy, just like most of us are. And he kind of gave his thoughts on it, and I kind of compared it to how I was feeling. It, opened my eyes to some things that he had talked about. I may put his channel in the description here if you want to check out his video as well. But yeah, overall, I liked it, man. I liked the direction. I knew that at the end of the premiere, when you see all three of our characters, you see Joel, Tess, and Ellie, and they're going into the city of Boston. I looked over at my wife when I was watching with her, and I said, well, this is where things really go to shit. Like, this is when the story really amps up. And that's what I was really excited about. Going into this episode, I was really excited to see what was to come, because I have an idea of what's to come, but how it's handled in this medium, I was really interested. I was intrigued. And it delivered. It had a couple things that I really liked. I liked I liked seeing Ellie a little bit more. I think I said in my last video, I think Bella Ramsey does a really good job as Ellie. For some reason, I will say she wasn't. I didn't find her as charming or cute. I guess cute in a I think the character of Ellie from the first Last of Us, part 1 is a cute character. I didn't really feel like this one. She definitely sounds like Ellie. She acts like Ellie, but she just isn't Ellie. You know what I mean? Like, it's still taking some time, for me to get used to her being and getting used to this rendition of the character. But she was fine in this episode. Pedro Pascal, he's doing a good job with the role. I will say his line delivery, man, it's something about it. It's kind of floaty to me. Like, it doesn't have that oomph that Troy Baker brought to the role. And I know, but probably you're watching this, you're like, Dylan, you gotta stop comparing the TV show characters to the characters in the show. Or sorry, the video game adaptation of these characters to the TV show versions. And I know, I really need to stop doing that. However, the way those roles were portrayed in the game are almost damn near perfect. So it's really, really hard to replicate that. And I said that in my last video. It's hard to replicate what they've already done. And Pedro Pascal, he's a good actor. I know he's a good actor. I've seen him in so many things, and I really like the guy. It seems like a genuinely good dude. But his delivery is just not that great. And there's a scene specifically where it's him, Tess, and Ellie, and they're they're meeting the Fireflies, right? I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. They go through the museum. They get to where the Fireflies is supposed to be at to take Ellie to them, and you come to find out like they're all dead. And they change it up a little bit in this one about how everybody's dead and what really happened. But that scene with Joel and Tess, when Tess finds out, and by the way, spoiler alert, by the way, well, when you find out Tess is bitten, and like in the game, it's such a powerful scene. This is not a game, Tess. Like that intensity that Joel tells Tess, because Tess is like freaking out, right? Because you just see all these Fireflies are dead. There's no one there to get Ellie. Fedra's on their way. She's just like hopeless, and Tess is still on this like, okay, well, we can do this, we can do that, and Joel's just like, yo, like we can't. If we keep going down this road, we are going to die. It's simple as that. And at this point, Joel is not as, obviously he's not, he doesn't have that connection with Ellie that he establishes later in the story. So, and I'm sorry I keep hitting my microphone. I'm dumb. Okay. But he doesn't have that connection, and so he really tells Tess, like, listen, we can't keep doing this. We can't keep going. It's just we're all going to die horribly. And so that scene happens in the show, and it just doesn't hit as well, because I think the portrayal, the delivery of Joel's lines in this scene is just not good. It's not that good. I guess it's not bad, but it doesn't have that flair, that fire that Joel brings in the original game. So, but I did like, there is an interesting twist with the infected. I like that there's, the fungus on the ground, and these like spots on the ground. You step on it, it connects to a larger herd of them. So maybe we'll see more herds of runners and clickers and stuff. I thought that's pretty cool. And speaking of the clickers, man, we get a really good close-up shots of them in this episode. And I thought the sequence in the museum was intense. Like to go back to the review I said I'd watched before this, I was watching the review and they said that part wasn't very intense. I thought it was definitely intense, man. I mean, the clickers, I thought they looked good. That was another complaint by them. They said the clickers didn't look good. I thought the one that Joel was mostly fighting, that one looked really damn good. The one that was chasing after Tess, and probably the one that bit Tess, I thought that could have used some work. It looked like they put all their special effects and all their prosthetics on the one chasing Joel, and then the one that was chasing Tess, they were just like, whatever, it's dark. And, that's what it seemed like to me. Not that it looked bad. Let me just get there from the jump. I think that everything looks good in this game. The environments, dude, they're so beautiful. It's something hauntingly beautiful about a post-apocalyptic setting. I love empty buildings that are in ruins. I love it, like these cars that are rusted and empty. These stores and these buildings like tipped over. I love stuff like that. Wild animals in the street. It's really, really beautiful, and I think they really established that well here. And just like they did in the first episode, these environments are ripped straight from the game, and I really appreciate that. And then we know how it ends, right? We know that Tess gets bit. It is a little bit different here. She gets bit. She tells Joel to leave. It's way more intense in the game, I feel like. But Joel grabs Ellie's hand, runs out the door, and this herd is coming. And while the herd is coming to the doors, there's like one that looks at Tess, and Tess is trying to get this lighter to work, and the infected gets closer to her and kisses her almost, and he's passing this. I know it's not kissing, but that's essentially what he's doing, and passing the what do they call them, the tendrils or something like that. I'm probably got that all wrong. The tendrils. That's what it is. He's like moving his tendrils into her. I guess it sounds really dirty, but and like she flicks the lighter, she throws it, and obviously the place blows up because she had poured the gas on the ground beforehand. And it was good. It was decent, and it sets it up for what's to come. We know that Bill is next. And I love Bill's Town. Bill's Town is one of my favorite segments in the entire game because I love Bill. I love the environments. Really, really, really awesome part of the game. And so I'm looking forward to seeing that in the show. But I do feel like we need a little bit more from these actors. I will say I did like this episode better than the premiere. I still, and I don't want to sound like a hater here. And I'll wrap it up here. I'm not trying to sound like a hater. I still don't see how this show is getting the praise that it's getting. I think it's definitely good. It's intriguing. I'm looking forward to watching each episode. That's that's for sure. Like there's nothing that would keep me from not wanting to watch the next episode. Matter of fact, I want to make it a kind of a sort of like small tradition thing. Like me and my sister, me and the wife, we sit together on Sunday evenings and we watch the show. Like I it gives me that feeling of old school Walking Dead back, right? And I think this episode reminded me of old school Walking Dead, but I just think they could have done a little bit better with the acting in this episode. I don't think it's bad though by any means, and I'm definitely intrigued, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Even though I've beaten the game 6 times, I'm still find myself looking forward to seeing what they can bring to the table. So anyway, with that being said, let me know what you guys think about episode 2 of The Last of Us TV show. Did you like it? Do you kind of feel the same way as me? Do you think I'm wrong? I'm fine with that. If you want to call me an asshole, piece of shit, that's fine. I'm not a critic in any kind of way. I just feel like it could have been a bit better. Delivery scenes could have been just touched up a bit. I really hope that Pedro Pascal as Joel, he really gets into this role as the show goes on. We got like 7 more episodes left. So I really hope he really takes it out the bag here for the last remaining episodes. The same goes for Bella Ramsey as well. I think that she's Ellie through and through. I just really hope that they give her good material. And I think this is really the meat and potatoes of this story from here on out. And I'm looking forward to watching it, all in all. So, good episode. Definitely, to me, better than the premiere. And I'm ready for episode 3. So, with that being said, can't wait for Sunday. Let me know what you guys think. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.